WIIFTV PM.
Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
You see me, you see him, my best friend. He hold me down like ankles fighting the waves. A partner to my crime, yeah, I do time. Till I'm with you, I'll be counting the days. Yeah, ooh, been through so many things, but we always get through. Yeah, ooh, it ain't always perfect, but it's worth it. This is deeper than the surface. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so weak. Say, easy to love. I never thought that I would give it to you, but now I don't think it's the time. I won't do it. I think it's cause the way you talk to me. Know how to say it without making me feel little. You're gracious even when you pop off on me. When you get done, I got a little something to drop off on you. Because you earned it with the time you took to put it that way. You got me liking to get put in my place. If I said I didn't love you, you and I know I've been frontin'. Wiped all my scars away like it was nothing. Took the parts of me I tried to hide to make them something, something. Like it was nothing. Ooh, something about you, baby. Ooh, you know you drive me crazy. Ooh, you give me peace of mind. Ooh, let me tell you why. You make it easy. Say, to take it easy. Say, feel so easy. Say, easy to love. so easy love. You make it easy. You make it easy. You make it easy.
You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
For Ruthie Moore, for Ty Stroger, I am the host of the Maze Jackson Show, asking every single day, what's in it for the black people? And if you don't like it, you can still tell them Maze said, Mayor Lightfoot, man, we ain't accepting that. We ain't accepting that. Let's go. Yeah. Let's get down to business and go ahead and address the facts, man. Lightfoot seems more lesbian than black. Rahm Emanuel's another case. He was just as tired. 50 closed schools left much to be desired. Police had Anjanette naked on that body cam. They suppressed the footage so it couldn't touch a lot of hands. Reminds me of that 16 shots in that cover-up. Both of them similar, so I went and dug it up. George Floyd killed, a lot of riots happened in the town. Southside burned and they wouldn't let them bridges down. Grandmother sick, need a prescription and plus a couple groceries. You gon' have to travel just to get it now. COVID-19 out here shutting all the business down. Not enough SBA loans to even give around. So many failed businesses that you can put them in the pile. If you don't survive the pandemic, it's gonna sit you down. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Shout out to Willie Wilson, hope one day you get to send it. We need some different players in the game to handle business. Too many shady characters like Madigan and Blotto. But when you really break it down, it's typical Chicago. City full of gangsters, it's what the land was built on. Same streets with hood legends, DNA gets spilled on. Carjackers out here lurking, trying to get they steal on. Looking for a block to put them Hellcat wheels on. Let us give bogus appraisals a red line. Car crackers out here getting minimal fair time. And I'm concealed carry, I stay with the pipe. But Illinois gun laws giving minimal rights. Stay up on the swivel, make sure I'm moving tight. Check all of my mirrors when I pull up to the light. Pick my homie up from out of town, man, he caught a flight. He was hella nervous, told him, shorty, this a way of life. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. We sing, dance, play ball, entertain, and crack jokes. Government infested black neighborhoods with crack smoke. System that milked is so bad, we got lactose. Still trying to find out what's in it for us black folks. Wake up, Chicago! Wake up, world. This is the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson, here on a Monday. Back in the building. As Jay say, I will not lose. Lot to talk about today. Lot to get with. A lot of action packed. You did going on. So I'm ready to get cracking. But in the building, I see you. You ready? You look like Minnie Maze. With your, usually I wear a vest, but I needed to make sure y'all saw my Raider pride. But in the building, camouflage fatigued up. Got your vest on without a mic. Because it looked like it's the green mic instead of the red mic. And I don't know what's going on. Oh, you know what? Flip-flop these, Ruthie. Put that yellow in that green. Because the green mic was on the table. The chorus for the green mic was on the table. So I just flipped them around and thought I was doing my Thug Thistle. But in the meantime, and then Ruthie, once you get a chance with that, then you're going to flip your joints to the, flip your headphones too. Then we'll be all the way straight. That's the Maze Jackson Show, though. I'm in the building on this Monday. I think on Friday I was contemplating whether I would be here on Monday. We're going to talk about that. Y'all laughing. But I kind of figured it out. And I don't like to be in the whole emotional space and all of that stuff. And we're going to talk about it because I think I violated one of the challenges that this show presents by doing it so early is that it is sometimes I get my unfiltered reaction without the opportunity to think through or filter. And usually my sister and I have a thing where if we have a challenging situation that is going on, let's say just between the two of us, we have what we call the 24-hour rule. Because with the 24-hour rule, it gives us the opportunity to really contemplate the situation and get past your immediate emotional response so that you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't have to, like, it's certain things when you say it's getting ready to be a trigger. So you be like, you know what? If you don't hear from me from 24 hours, then you know what time it is. Right? And it's not, it's like, so we're going to resolve it. But we got to make sure that we're calm and we're not giving. And so we're going to talk about this whole thing because I'm going to tell you, Ruthie, a lot happened on Friday. And I think I often talk about my stream of consciousness. And I think I had a stream of consciousness moment that took me a place that I didn't necessarily intend, and it got off the paper. And yeah, so I want to talk about it a little bit later. But in the building, I think we got you straight. So, Miss Ruthie Mo, how you feeling this morning?
Testing. Good. It's Monday.
Wait, that's not unusual for you to say good and with Monday.
Well, it's not as cold as it's. It was actually quite warm. The snow melting. So hopefully pretty soon, we'll be heading into spring. So I got hope. February is over with. All right, it's a few more days of Black History, but pretty much it's over with.
Yeah.
March, April, kind of sounding kind of springy.
Man, it's getting into election season.
See?
I'm just thinking like the petition process. You saying it like I'm thinking about the snow melting.
So, so I my internal time clock used to be related to like school. Then I got older. Then it was based on college. Then I got older. Then I had to base it on an 8-hour work shift. Then I got older. And so now I try to base it on things that make me happy. I try not to like dwell on so spring makes me happy.
All right. I feel that April showers bring May flowers.
I ain't saying nothing about no rain now.
I hate when it snows, when it melts and it's still like super wet.
I don't mind it. I like the crunch. I like the sound. I like the slush.
I don't.
You just gotta have on the right shoes and you can go anywhere you want.
See, I got some fresh boots. And now I need it to snow just a little bit more so I can have some more reasons to wear them.
Definitely not Timberland. You definitely do not wear your Timbs in the slush.
That's ridiculous, too. Ain't that ridiculous, though?
Because you should be able to,
That's
right?
what you're supposed to be.
I know. I agree.
You buy these shoes that you can't wear because you
got
to protect them from the weather. I actually was trying to find me some of those gym shoes. I saw Leroy Brown had some camouflage gym shoe covers. They actually are like galoshes. But they just cover
slip
the top.
Over your shoe.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty cool. I got a pair of blue ones that you slide over your gym shoes, and it just so you can still see the top of them. But you can walk. Yeah, I can't remember what. They call swims.
What?
Swims, yeah. And then they got the other ones, but I don't like the Amazon version. The Amazon version be like a clear plastic bag that you zip your shoe up in. I mean, it
just don't
sense.
Get it off a Wish.
Man, actually, check this out. I thought that they were wished, but they weren't wished. They look wished when you take them out the bag, but then when you put them in the car, they don't look wished. They look ghetto as hell, but they don't look wished. It's like they fit, but it do look like it. It's like the pimped out backseat. I thought they was, you think it's gonna look, and it's like, oh, I'm trying this. Then I feel like I'm gonna have to take them bad boys out because it feel like I'm gonna be one of them dudes that be having all the TVs on in the car. You ever seen them people that got TVs in their head? I don't know.
I don't think people still do that.
People don't still do that.
Do you remember when people used to do that?
Yes.
And they used to have like pornography.
It was like a whole
playing,
vibe. It was like a thing.
Really, did you just pull up to the light with like a 12-inch TV in the backseat of your car and you're playing porn and you're playing it loud?
And you playing the same thing over and over because you ain't got cable in here.
Dad. Nah, that's when you had your DVD collection.
Oh,
and
my
you
goodness.
flipped through all the pages and it'd be crazy. All right, y'all, it's the Maze Jackson Show.
We did some dumb stuff.
Remember spinners?
I actually wanted some.
Everybody
Mostly for the
wanted
song.
some. Everybody wanted some spinners initially.
But then it's just like, why?
Well, no, then it became like, really, dog, you got to think. Like, first it was like the whole rim spinning. Then people got wise with the trick and they could put a spinner on anything. So the next thing you know, people had spinner hubcaps.
Yeah, and they was going like opposite directions at the same time.
Yeah, I like this initial concept. Was it the Spreewells? Is that what they were initially?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, somebody's figured out to put the little thing on it, and it'll spin.
Like the counterbalance type of thing.
Right,
Yeah.
and it just be. Then people was just riding it.
I know the first person that did that thought they was on or
They
something.
thought they were. I mean, I'm saying, some Chinese people came up with it.
Oh, man.
You know they did.
Don't take me
Some
international.
Chinese people.
Don't take me
Chinese
international
people
this
came
early.
up with it. They was like, "You want to buy? You want a spinner? Spinner? You want a spinner? I show you how to make spinner cheap. You don't. You don't want to.
You don't think a black person came up with that?
I think a black person came up with it and a white person stole it.
Come on.
I mean, and then an Asian
Like
stole
Jack,
it,
like whiskey,
and then
like
took
the
it in,
whiskey.
and then took it over to China
And mass
they could
produced it.
because they could replicate it. You take it to China, and then they be like, "Give me a box." Then the next thing you know, all of them are in the stores. I'm gonna tell you what the black person found it. The black person figured out the Spreewells.
Did they name them after Latrell?
Yeah, I think so. What other reason would you name them Spreewells? I mean, because there was just because it was just randomly Spreewell. I mean, hey, the Spreewells live on my block. Yeah, nah, they something. I mean, because remember he was the poster child for spending at one point because he blew like how much millions of dollars on the car. I mean, anyway, man, spinners. I wanted some spinners bad, but I did not want the little thing that you could park your car and just spin it. I wanted the kind where your whole rims, but then it was like, Ruthie, like when I used to realize how much some of this stuff actually costs, like you'll see a video and you'll be like when you watch Power or something and you see these clothes they have on, you be like, I want one of those, and you be like, well, huh? And I'd be like, I mean, I can afford some things, but like I'd be like, you got like 6 of these? Like, I mean, I know that the challenge is. Yeah, I can't even explain it to you.
I'm with you. I went down the YouTube wormhole and started watching this channel that takes shoes apart, like really expensive shoes. Mm-hmm. I had no idea. I had no idea that it was just this, that it was intricate, and it's about the layers and the stitching and
the
cork.
Yeah, and
the leather from this part of the horse.
Mm-hmm. Riis, I went to last week was Valentine's Day, and I went to the Tiffany store, and like all I saw was your lesson on card cracking. I mean, it was like a convention. No shade. I don't even want to and I know it's bogus to assume that. Because I was in there too. But I just need to tell you that all I could see was Riis telling me the story of how it was just unbelievable. And it just made me think, it was crazy. It was unbelievable. I mean, I just was like.
Don't stereotype them. Them people saved up all their money so they can buy their lady something.
Not according to their FaceTimes. Because I never saw anything like that in my entire life.
They might have had a gift card.
They don't have a gift
Some
card.
store credit or something.
You don't get store credit there. Anyway, it was like I never saw it was like a Nike tracksuit convention.
Did they have a hat and a do-rag too?
No, they had locks.
Okay. With a hat on or no hat?
Some had, some didn't, and then they usually had a Montclair or a Canada Goose jacket.
You ain't got to do all the stereotypes now.
Then they had, then it was like they was all walking around the store with their FaceTime, and they girls were shopping through the FaceTime on the thing, and the salesperson was like, Ruthie, I had to get a dummy bag on the way out the door. I did. I got a dummy bag. I did because I was like,
I'm finna buy something.
woo. I was just thinking on my way out the door, like, this is the perfect opportunity. So I got a bag. Right? And I was like, okay, now this is what you're going to do. You're going to put my stuff in a different bag. You're going to give it to me. I'm going to tuck that in my coat. And then I'm going to be walking out the door with this. Now it's going to be like, but actually, I'm going to tell you, I was thinking as I was making the stereotypes that I was dressed exactly the same. Oh, God, it's the Maze Jackson Show, but I cannot tell you. And I was thinking to myself, like, how dare I? But I was so like, man.
You know that YouTube channel where the white dude asks the people in the nice cars, what do you do?
No.
Okay, so they got one of those. Maybe you should start at the hood edition. Like when you go into like these luxury stores, just start at, what do you do? and see what they say.
If you don't mind your business.
What you do? What you want to do?
What, right, there you go. I don't even want to.
Maze Jackson fighting in the Tiffany store.
Right, a white guy can get away with that. A black dude, no. They be like, right, because they going to think I'm trying to rob them.
What would you do if you got caught up in a smash and grab? You ever thought about that? It's been playing in my head.
I don't even like to go to stores.
Uh-huh.
For the simple fact that the way they be looking now, it'd be like ridiculous. And I'd be like, I ain't stealing nothing. But it's like, they be like, we going to make sure we make eye contact with you and look. And I'd be like,
do you need help?
Can
I help you?
Yes, you really could. Remember that time the black lady didn't want to help me? I was getting carry you don't know if you remember, I was getting carry a bag. And the black girl was like, just skipped over me. And went and talked to people and all type of stuff. And here come the old white dude, like, hi, how are you? I was like, great. And then he showed me like the cheap bag. She showed me the cheap. She tried to point me to the cheap bag, and he showed me the good bag. And I was like, I'll take that one. Do you get a commission on this, sir? Well, yes, I do. Well, let me get that one.
Did she try to come back and say, oh, I was originally helping you?
No, I was just
because she knew what it was.
No, I made sure that I was very clear. Very clear. All right, man, it's the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, in the building. Plus, in the building, it's the man, Mr. Shazam. Today, he's Shazamming. I got to pay attention to Riis's hats. They indicate his mood sometimes. All right, it is DJ Riis, the ruler in the building. Riis, how you feeling this morning?
You know, I'm blessed by the best. You already know the rest. How y'all doing today, man? How's your weekend?
My weekend was signature filled. How many sheets you turned in, Riis? Hey, man.
I got one.
Hey, man. You know, I be looking. I'm making a tab, man. How many sheets you turn in, Ruthie?
Man, I can't compete with them black people.
Hey, man, I'm keeping a tab on you, Ruthie. Because you see the black people first, they on the movement.
I don't even try no more.
You better try. Valoria be trying to take, man.
She be, ooh.
But can I tell you, were you there when Everett got there?
No.
So check this out.
He had more?
Check this out. We had just closed the contest. I had just sent out the app. He came here instead of to TP. And he had, they were almost exactly tied. We disqualified one signature so it could be official, but.
It is like playing a spades game and people slapping cards on the table. But let me tell y'all how much these petitions be they be want to throw them up in the air and make it rain.
Right. They do.
Like, Valoria said, I ain't even count mine. Somebody else count them.
Right.
And literally, as two people stood there and counted them sheets, we was
It's like,
just
and
all
whoa! And then once again,
it was just exciting. Then we got to dance, and it's good times.
The Black People
on
First
Saturdays.
Party on Saturdays 10 to 1. Y'all should make it through. Y'all care. Amen. And I need to tell y'all about the outpouring of love and appreciation. Thank y'all. You know, in Jay-Z, these are just my thoughts. My thoughts. We're going to talk about it towards the end of the show because, I'm very guarded regarding my emotions. I mean, I really try to express happy or mad. Like, that's really the only two you get publicly. And I had one of the little homies that I brought in. I'm not going to say I brought into the political game because I would say he was born into the political game. But somewhere along the way, I think I've been able to provide a bit of wisdom and insight politically, and he values my political insight. And he was like, man, wasn't it you who told me don't be emotional about the game? This is the game. Like, you know what it is. And it's like, you taught me. And I think sometimes this show, sometimes I forget is when you talk to, in this room, it's really usually just me and Riis, right? Yeah, I got the comments, but you know how like sometimes when the Spirit gets you and you got the Holy Ghost, and it's really me, like you getting my unfiltered, no thought process, no, like there's a certain point when I go off the paper, like I've thought out the process, but then when you start to piece it all together, and it all like, it's like you witnessed a personal revelation the other day. And unfortunately, I didn't have a mask or a filter to throw up when it was happening. And so it's like a microphone was on my brain instead of you had a microphone on my actual brain, not my strategic brain, if that makes sense. Like, you never let them know what you was thinking. But the microphone was connected, that microphone was connected to this microphone was connected to my processing brain as everything was unfolding and as I was talking about it and as the words came to life and to real meaning. And it was all happening on camera, on microphone, on screen. So I think it was a good weekend to reflect. And I'm going to talk about that a lot more at about 8:30. So make sure you are tuned in to 8:30 so you can understand what. Well, it's weird because once the emotion came out of it, like I'm never quitting. Like I'm never going to lose. Ever. I mean, I have fought too hard and too long to make it this far to be like, now I'm gonna walk off the stage on my own, of my own volition. I will not be run off the stage. But I do plan to make an exit because I do plan to enjoy some part of my life. And let me be clear. I enjoy my life as it is. But I would like to enjoy it sans conflict. Daily conflict. I want to be part of the bigger struggle, not the daily struggle. Right? I got to get off the daily battlefield. So we're going to talk about all of that and probably what that looks like and all that. But save it till 8:30 because I definitely want to share some revelations with you at 8:30. I also want to share my unadulterated, unemotional thought process on the Jesse White selection. I want to talk about endorsements a little bit, but we're going to do it all a little bit later on today. Riis, can we do this? Can we get the soul plane up to 60,000 feet? Because we all here, so let's get this thing up and away. We are locked and loaded. 60,000 feet. It is the soul plane. I'm your man, Maze Jackson. Did you see, Ruthie, that the mayor denied the general iron permit?
Mm-hmm.
I think she is in re-election mode.
And that is environmentalism is like a national global struggle. So that's the last thing this progressive mayor needs.
I don't think nobody is going to be caring about no smokestacks if they still shooting the way they shoot. Just going to tell you. Smokestack, those are like the...
I don't know, Maze. Environmentalists is kind of like a neutral thing to rally around. So you always going to have people hugging trees.
Well, I'm not going to stop because I'm going to tell you, Carrie be tripping. She be like, why so much water?
Oh,
like,
okay.
She be like, turn the water off.
Be on
in
water
between
patrol.
Like in the shower, she be like,
military showers.
Turn the water on, turn it off, turn it back on. Right?
Mm-hmm.
She be like, hey man, what's up with that dish? Look, run it don't wash the dishes under the running water. Oh no, Riis, I never recycled. I used to put everything. Man, she be straight like, take that out of that can, put it in that can. She has the recycle can, the recycle bags. I almost, I had to draw the line when she was like, we gonna buy recycle bags. I was like, so wait. We got a recycle can. Can I just put the stuff in the recycle can and take that to the recycle can downstairs? She is,
yeah.
People don't realize she is really the chief environmental officer in Cook County as the head of MWRD.
That's a good way to look at it.
It is. I mean, water is the most valuable and important resource. It's the Maze Jackson show, though, so I'm going to stop talking about that. What else, Ruthie? Did you see JB's mask mandates are falling completely apart? He has now got to go to the Supreme Court, and I don't even think the Supreme Court want no parts of this.
I thought I understood the overall Democratic strategy to roll back some of these mandates before the upcoming election. But as I see it play out, I don't think it's going to be as sweet as they thought it was. Like in terms of people being like, but hold on a second. So it's not going to be that easy. So I think the Republicans still got a shot at using it as their talking point.
Oh, they're going to use it. And I think, I wonder, is this a hill JB wants to die on?
He was either going to die at the top of it or roll down it.
Well, I feel like he's rolling down it now. Like, I think if he would have jumped out of the school, now I'm just talking politics. I'm not talking about health. Once the momentum tilted the other way.
Wait, Maze, ain't it, we living in bizarre world where we actually are making the clear distinction now, because remember at first it was like
science. It was science though. Remember,
but now it's like a clear distinction between science and politics.
And I think everybody agrees that the lifting of the mask mandate. See, I feel like he jammed himself by saying, "Okay, we're gonna raise the mask mandate February 28th, but then we're gonna keep it in the schools." And then when he lost the court battle, and then he lost the second one, he should jump out before he keeps going on, because it's almost like saying, all right, y'all can run around all weekend, all day, every night, but then when y'all walk in the school, it's just
don't make sense.
And now it's like a challenge of his authority, and I feel like he should never, because now in the story they'll be like J.B. Pritzker, who's already been defeated on blah blah blah. So now the lead story on masks is, instead of his work as the people are gonna remember the last thing instead of the first thing. So instead of all the stuff he may have done good during the with the mask mandate and trying to keep everybody, when the tide switched, he stayed on the wrong side of it to me. It's like, and he's halfway in, halfway out, because he's letting the adults out, but he's saying no to the schools. And my thing is, let the schools make it optional. Right? And then you're out of it. Leave it to district by district selection, win your election, and then put the pimp hand down. But right now, you're what he's winding up doing is getting weaker even in the General Assembly, because Curtis Tarver voted against him in JCAR, and he lost even in the Illinois General Assembly. So it's going to be really interesting, man. And I'm wondering, will Democrats hitch their rope to J.B. Pritzker at the state level? I think there's some real challenges politically at the state level. And this, we're gonna talk about
I think that money tree's still shaking. So I think it's still some people that can be bought. So I think if JB make the Dollar Tree shake a little bit, they'll come back.
I think
before the gravy train get over with, it ain't like they think about it. They ain't got the old power structure to cling on to. So we got a power vacuum happening right now. So I feel like it come down to the Dollar Tree. So whoever shake that can the loudest, they'll probably go that way.
So I'm getting very distinct Pat Quinn vibes from J.B. Pritzker right now. I am getting very distinct Pat Quinn vibes from J.B. Pritzker. We're going to talk about it all a little bit later, though. This is the Mace Jackson Show. Let's take a quick break, and then we'll be back after these messages.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
This is Get your savings coupon from participating Great Clip salons and save 20% on select tickets. See savings coupon for restrictions and details. Coming to Allstate Arena February 25th through 27th.
And now, traffic and weather.
Yo, who said devotion has to be sad? Yo, check this out. The Lord is my shepherd, and I want. He's making me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restored my soul. God's gonna turn it around.
Come all the way with me.
Good morning. What's in it for the Black People Media family? The time is now 6:37 a.m. I'm Riis the Ruler with your Chicagoland area sports, traffic, and weather update. As we head over to sports, it was NBA All-Star Weekend this past week. Karl Anthony Towns wins the three-point contest as Obi Toppin wins one of the worst dunk contests ever. To end it off, Team LeBron wins the All-Star Game 163-160 as Curry breaks the All-Star Game three-pointers made as well as drops 50 to win MVP. Let's head over to traffic on the Kennedy. O'Hare to the Loop and back will be 18 minutes, while on the Edens is 27 minutes in both directions. Eisenhower's, we got Thorndale to the Loop, 27 minutes. Back out to Thorndale will be 29. On the Stevenson, from I-355 to the Dan Ryan will be 29 minutes. Outbound will be 33. While the Bishop Ford is 29 minutes from I-80 to the Dan Ryan and 27 minutes to I-80. The Dan Ryan is 14 minutes to the Loop, 12 minutes to 95th. On DuSable Lakeshore Drive South, 55th to Jackson and back will be 7 minutes and 8 minutes north. Randolph to Bryn Mawr and Bryn Mawr to Randolph. Today's weather, it is currently 36 and partly cloudy. Today will be a high of 48 with a low of 34. I'm Riis the Ruler. Happy Monday here on The Mace Jackson Show.
Don't leave me now. Come all the way with me. Oh, please. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around. Glory to Gethsemane, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave back to glory. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Glory to Gethsemane, to Golgotha, Golgotha to the grave, from the grave. Dear Lord, it's me again. God's gonna turn it around. I'm calling on you. You did it before. I believe that you can do it again. Somebody calling you right now, Lord. If it ain't one thing we need, somebody else needs you for another. Please, son, look and have mercy. Have mercy over our home, Lord. Have mercy. Have mercy. God's gonna turn it around. God's gonna turn it around.
You are listening to the Maze Jackson Show. I am your host, Maze Jackson. Got my girl, Ruthie Moore, plus my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Shout out to Church Chicago. Hey, man. We're going to have to get us a gospel brunch. Look, you Riis, your job was to get up with
Ruthie, not the job.
Terrence. See?
No,
now, see?
I'll just be joking, man. You know,
Now, see, I be trying to put the brother on. I be
that's
trying
what
to
I'm
give him
saying.
some work. You know, you be trying to put the brothers on. The brothers be like, now you want me to work.
Oh, no, I'm like, here you go, Ruthie. Another
Maze, you can find work for people, though.
That's why I ain't knocking on it.
It's a skill that
That's
you
another. That's why I say I ain't mad at you. They say, look, Ruthie, another. He sure can, can't he? Listen, you know, I'm not doing that. Listen, you do that, Ruthie, okay? And tell me how it go. Let me know.
Man, but y'all, it's like,
It's always something to be done.
Right,
It-
right.
it
Man,
is.
Let me tell you the art of working with Maze Jackson is if you see something that needs to be done, you do it. You don't ask because gonna be like, why you did it? So you just do it if you feel like it needs to be done. Now do it right though, because if you mess up, he gonna say something.
I will say something, but it's not because I don't appreciate you doing it. I just want you to do it right.
Yes.
So that the next time you do it and you take the
Just already
assumption,
know.
you already know. People be mad because I be like, that wasn't like I appreciate the assertion, but you didn't do it right. So I want you
I
to
coulda
have
did
the
it myself.
assertion. But even though it's not, now I'm trying to get to a point where it's not I did it myself.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I show you how to do it right the next time.
It's trial and error.
But eventually we get it right.
Yes.
And then it's like once you hone it and once you get your vibe, then you just
you take your lane, stay in your lane.
pew.
How many sheets you need printed?
There it is.
Just like that.
There it is. Huh. It's the Maze Jackson Show. What did I say? Weekend. I'll talk about that. Oh, did y'all see Jawan? Did y'all see the fight? Okay, let me see if I can pull this up.
Jawan Howard,
Yeah, you didn't
That's the
see
only one I
Jawan Howard got into a physical altercation at the end of the Michigan Wisconsin game, and I'm crazy because I was watching it, and and I did not. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up for you, because there was a good video. Hold on. All right, I'm gonna pull it up for you, and then we're gonna watch it live. Riis, switch over. Ruthie, you going too fast. You going too fast. You done seen it. Hold on, don't be.
I was just gonna say like the different headlines that pop up. I don't know what to believe. Which one do I click on?
Hey man, I just know that like it's funny because black people is like, hey man, he had to show the black people from Chicago. It's like he had to show him he from 95th. He ain't playing, right? So I don't know if you all saw, but this weekend there was an altercation between Michigan head coach Jawan Howard. Hold on. By Michigan head coach Jawan Howard and an assistant coach for the University of Wisconsin. And I am trying to get you a good video of it. Hold on.
People ask me every day.
Look, hold it. Okay, I got you.
It's
My bad.
night.
Hold it. You hold it, dude. Hold it.
Hold
it.
You just can't take no matter what you take certain people. I don't know if you saw my social media, Ruthie, or something, but did you see when they introduced KG, what he did at the All-Star game?
Don't tell me he threw up.
You know he did. He threw a vice lord twice. Yeah, if you go look at my social media, KG came out there, head to the sky. I got it in slow motion. Throw a vice lord, hit his chest to let you know, and throw it up again. And then if you look at Carmelo Anthony, he said, I know he didn't throw a vice lord. That's all to myself. Sometimes, no matter what, you just that little piece that's.
I'm just saying though, he came from South Carolina. He was
Right,
only there for
that's
2 years.
That's what I be trying to tell
Right,
people.
like
They be like, what? I was like, yeah, but.
all right, so check this out. We are going to play the post game yesterday of, and Riis, this is the bad part. I was watching the game and I fell asleep in the chair. So I would have seen this because it was a blowout, and it was like I was enjoying the fact. I just realized that Michigan had been getting whooped this year. So I didn't realize this happened. So y'all, okay, I'm about to give you the video of it right now. Riis, you ready? All right, here we go. Ruthie, check out the screen. Check out the video, too. Let me get you some volume.
Oh, see, and they're going at it. Howard.
Hold on.
He's going to get in the line. Interesting finish here. 77. Oh, see, and they're going at it. Howard and Guard are not happy right now as the two of them continue to have words. We told you Juwan Howard was not happy about that timeout. Yo, Juwan Howard just threw a right hand. And now we got a scrum. We have a scrum in Madison. Players are pushing and shoving. This is an ugly scene. This is an ugly scene.
Oh, my God.
Trying to get separated, and there's no doubt it all stems from the timeout by Greg Gard. Now, that's not an excuse for this, but that is what angered Juwan Howard, and it spilled over into this. And you
Let me get y'all one more time in case you did not know. Yesterday, in the, what they call that, the end of the game, you know, when you shake hands as the team, Juwan Howard, CVS alum, University of Michigan head coach and former player, world champion with the Miami Heat, came into contact with a coach who, after Michigan was getting blown out, called a timeout with 15 seconds left on the clock. Juwan took some exception to that because he felt like he was like, y'all already blowing us out and you're going to call a timeout. The assistant coach said that he called the timeout because he wanted to get the reserves the opportunity to get the ball across half court and wanted to make their last minutes in the game meaningful. It was a blowout, you know, like if you ever watched a blowout and the game is almost going to be over and you call a timeout regardless of anything, you be salty. Because you like, really, y'all just going to rub it in? Like, can we just let this be over? So, you know, but as a show of good sportsmanship, as a show of good sportsmanship, at the end of all games, you're supposed to have the part where you walk, you know, and both teams shake hands and the kids slap hands and the coaches. And so this is after the timeout, after Michigan has been blown out, Chicago's own Big Nuke, as they like to call him, because it's funny because black people let me say black people. Let's just watch it one more time.
He's going to get in the line. Interesting finish here. 77.
He pulled his mask off to say something, too.
Howard and Guard are not happy right now as the two of them continue to have words. We told you Juwan Howard was not happy about that timeout. And Juwan Howard just threw a right hand. And now we got a scrum. We have a scrum in Madison. Players are pushing and shoving. This is an ugly scene. This is an ugly scene.
Oh, my God.
Trying to get separated, and there's no doubt it all stems from the timeout by Greg Gard. Now, that's not an excuse for this, but that is what angered Juwan Howard, and it spilled over into this. And you saw Howard and Greg Gard nose to nose.
I don't want to sound cocky, but I'm watching my...
Did they fire him?
Fire who?
Juwan Howard.
Why would they fire him?
Why he throw a punch first?
He didn't throw a punch. He slapped him.
He has a balled fist.
He pulled it back with a balled fist. He slapped him.
bald fist.
He slapped him, Reese.
Yeah, no, I never seen you slap somebody, your hand come to a fist afterward. No. He didn't connect, but he definitely, you can't hit. Come on, man. Why would he throw a punch?
Hold on. Let's look at this one more time because I don't see it as a punch.
No, it's more like, I call it a bear paw. You know how
He
like
pawed
bears,
him, right.
It's like a bear paw.
Look, hold on.
As the two of them continue to have words, we told you Juwan Howard was not happy about that timeout.
Okay, let's go back. Let's go back just a little bit. It was not a punch.
I'm on a delay, so I got to watch it on the screen a little bit late, but I'm down.
Now, he pulled it back and it looked like a punch, but it was not a punch. There it goes.
That's a punch. That's a punch, G.
That was not a punch.
I'm looking at it.
It's better in slow-mo.
That's a punch, G. I'm telling you, he threw a punch.
You gotta watch it in slow-mo.
I'm out. Happy about that timeout. And Juwan Howard just threw a right hand. And now
Let me ask you a question. So here's the social media question of the day. Social media question of the day is, under what circumstances should adults get into physical altercations? Is there anything that happened in that place, in that space, that should have provoked a physical altercation? Now, according to Juwan Howard, the assistant coach guard put his hands on him first. He touched him. And you know black people be like, don't put your hand, don't touch me. Do not touch me. So the social media question of the day, give us a call, 872-259-7474, is under what circumstances should adults get into physical altercations? Juwan Howard. Reese, did you say is he fired? You think he should get fired?
He a black man that hit a white man. What's wrong with you? You get on national TV. Yes, that's the type of stuff that probably gets a black man fired. First of all, if the man, let me tell you, if I'm at work, I'm a 3-year-old can whoop me. Okay, I'm trying to tell you, if I'm at work, I'm at work. So that's a lawsuit waiting to happen. How would you hit that man on national TV?
He provoked him, man.
He provoked him. You a grown man. Another man whoop. No, that look like a sore loser. Like, you a grown man. He called a timeout. Your team should have played it better. Okay, a timeout, unsportsmanlike. But that gives you no reason to get in there. And you say what you have to say, blow that off, and keep going, G. There's no reason why you have to fight in a situation. Like, I don't care. Now, if he would have hit him first, but there's no reason. He wrong in my book, G. It's no reason. I can't go.
So you think do you think there's a possibility he could get fired for that?
I do think
It's funny. I was watching a lot of Latinos.
Kids in danger too. That's what they'll say, some stuff like that. Now it's a brawl. And these kids' future. Now imagine if something had happened and a star player now can no longer play in the NBA. You put both teams in jeopardy over that. That can get you fired.
Damn. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Hey, man, that's Big Nuke. He from the east side. What is y'all talking about?
Free Pookie. I tell you all the time, we always, our minds be somewhere sometimes.
Hey, man, I'm just saying like this. The white guy put his hands on Big Nuke first. He said he put his hands on his chest first. He said that's where he got offended because he like, look, you can say whatever you want to say, but don't touch me. And I'm just saying, let me just say this. I know, now there's certain things. Let me just ask a question. Under what circumstances do adults get into a physical altercation? So if somebody put their hands on you, like, first of all, dude knew he couldn't get with Nuke. So at a certain point, when you start talking, when you don't bark up this tree or that tree will fall on you. Mm. Right? See, there's somewhere in his white space where he feel like, Ruthie, if a 7-foot-tall black dude tell me he got a problem, that's 3 times my size, 3 times my weight, 5 times my arm length, guess what I'm going to say?
What you going to say?
We'll talk about it next time. See you on the court. That's what I'm going to say. But there's an invisible barrier that white people feel that they have that allows them to feel like you can put your hands on this man. Don't touch me. Do not touch. Don't. This is a fight right here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Do not touch me.
You don't put your hands in people's face and you don't touch people.
In a certain situation, that's true, but not in a setting like that.
Under what circumstance do you put your... So, okay. Give us a... Ruthie.
You want to fight. Remember that? Remember the... Listen, black people, even if you hit the other person's hand and they hit you, you ready to fight. So, we take it serious.
We only got a certain few amount of things we got in this world. And remember how I told you, it used to be a time when white boys would be nervous about even talking to a black dude crazy. Like, that white boy put his hands on Big Nuke. Mm-hmm. He put a touch. Mm-hmm. And he got, and I agree, Ruthie, it was a bear paw. He bear pawed him. Now that bear paw.
What sound do a bear make?
And again, you saw it was like 8 people in between them, and he could still reach them. You knew what time it was.
After analyzing the video, right? You see Jawan and the other head coach. They kind of touching each other a little bit. Got a little. They're a little. But old buddy, the assistant coach, came in caping, trying to take up. And he actually, you know what I think happened? I think he just got caught in the crossfire. Because if you look at the hands and stuff, it was a few hands that was touching Jawan's chest. So it could have been another white hand that was that was touching him. And I think Buddy was just the one that was mouthing off the most. Because if you look how he ran up, AD Buddy ran up on some rah-rah stuff. That's why he got touched. Because he came up talking smack. If you look at his mouth.
Go back, though, because let's start here. Let's stop. Let's go back. I got the video up. So we're going to go and we're going to watch. Here goes the point. Jawan is not talking to dude. He's moving. He's minding his business. He like, yep, I'm going to say my thing.
See how they touching each other? That's cool. That's
why
cool.
Didn't he shake his hand?
See that?
Look, no. He said you go. Did you see that, though? He grabbed him by the arm and was like, you going to shake my hand.
But he just asked him,
see,
why
this mutual touches, though.
That's unsportsmanlike conduct.
Cause
and we don't even like Isaiah Thomas for that. So now, like, why?
You don't like Isaiah Thomas for that.
That's why people don't like.
Let me tell you what. At the end of a game, when people be talking smack, like when they've been on the court, my son I don't make him, but I sure wouldn't be mad if he didn't. Like we have played white guys where I've been like, hey man, we ain't got to shake their hand. We knew what they was. You heard them. You knew what they was doing. And I'm saying, look, there's this moment where Riis, if I decide that I'm going to be unsportsmanlike without touching you, look, he like, Nuke is like, I ain't finna touch you. I ain't finna shake your hand. The white boy like, oh, you go, stop. He like, look, man, he said, I ain't going to forget that. White boy grab his arm. See it? There you go. Got the Maximilian on top of it so you can't really see it. See right there where the white boy got his hand. Nuke I'm trying to get past here, dog. Don't touch me. Don't mess with me. You on some bull. Under what circumstances, Riis? Ruthie? Let me just play it one more time.
Apparently, if you get blowed out and you don't want to shake nobody's hand and the white man to touch you, you can just start a fight according to
no, the white man started the fight when he put his hand on him.
Asking the man, why didn't you shake it? I agree he should never touched him. He should have let him pass. But at the same time, that still gives you
Riis, how come you won't shake my hand?
That's what I'm just saying.
You won't shake my hand.
You are the head coach of a...
And you got your hand on me, dog? Get your hand off me. Get your hand off me.
Big Ten
Get your hand off me.
You got to show more leadership than that.
Man, I showed leadership when I took y'all to the national championship. Today, I ain't feeling it.
Man, I can't. I ain't rolling with this one, black people. I'm sorry.
I'm emotion. Hey, white boy, get your. I'm tired of white people telling me what to do. Telling me I got to shake your hand after you done just disrespected me. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Give me a call, 872-259-7474. Ruthie, could somebody put their hands on you if you ain't want to shake their hand?
No, do not touch me. And get out of my face.
Oh, no, you're going to shake my hand.
I thought because of COVID, people wasn't even supposed to be shaking hands
That's
no more.
what I loved that
I'm
best.
so
That was the
tired.
best part after the games during the football,
But
during
I
basketball.
thought COVID, they stopped doing that. Maybe they need to go back to a no shaking rule.
Well, you know what? Because of apparently you're not even supposed to be in the game if you're not. I mean, if you haven't been tested, so they do like thoroughly testing. So I guess it's okay.
Reese, but let me just remind y'all, this is the same. Hey Byron, this your same homie that liked the slaves in the commercial. Look, this the whole Richard. Look, Reese like all lives matter. Defund the police. Fund the police. Reese, hey man, Juwan is like, I'm tired of y'all touching me. I'm tired of white people telling me they get to touch me when they don't want to and they get to do disrespectful stuff. If you diss me and then be like, I want you to congratulate me for being disrespectful, I'm just not doing it.
So what example is he showing? I want to know what example is he teaching them kids?
Don't let nobody disrespect you.
If you Juwan Howard,
no,
everybody ain't gonna be Juwan Howard.
We together. We'll take this L together. Now, let's go to this tournament and bust their ass. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Reese, you say we got callers. Reese, Reese.
Please, y'all
Reese.
help me. Please call in with some sense. Like, come on, y'all. Please tell me we're not condoning it.
Big Duke. He from Chicago. Man, you better learn. He's from the East Side, too. He represented for the East Side. It's the Mace Jackson Show. Go to the caller. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson Show. Under what circumstances should adults get into physical altercations?
Look, we can talk without touching, period. We can talk without touching. My man put his hands on his elbow, and he took off his mask just to justify it. Nigga, you gonna talk to me, So I don't care what position it is. You don't have to put your hands on me in order for us to talk. And if I choose to shake your hand or if I don't, respect that. It's that white entitlement.
Thank you. You gonna talk to me. I don't want to talk. They gonna make you talk. Man, have you ever been to a place where, no, you're gonna talk to me? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I know myself well enough to know that if I shake your hand right now and you don't do it any kind of way right, I could be provoked. So I'm gonna do what's best for both of us. And you know what? Sometimes can I give you an example? On Friday, I lost it. I had to cool out. I had to literally take myself out of the situation and go gather myself. I'm going to tell you there are many days when I get off of this show and people want to talk and I'll be like, I need at least 30 minutes. Because I'm not, y'all can talk to me right here, but I'm not here. I'm not all together. And at the moment when I tell you I ain't that and you continue to press me, you get what you get. And I am still a human being. Now, I don't think that I don't think we live as a good, I don't think that I'm not claiming that is a good example for the students. And Reese, I think everything you said is 100% correct. Now, I do not think that losing I think he should be suspended. I think he should be disciplined, even fined. But to suggest, as I was watching a lot of people rooting against him for the breakdown, for that moment. And it's like, so I think about all the media and all the press and all the good things and all the stories and all the wonderful things that we claim. Right? And how he's the super tail from the city of Chicago. And even when he talked about why he went to the University of Michigan why he never went back to Chicago was because he was exposed to things that Ann Arbor gave to him. So I don't know that I say that for that fall down that he goes down, he loses his joint.
But too, like, it's kind of like if there is certain like etiquette within the game, especially at the higher levels where the coaches follow, Juwan probably feel like, bro, you breaking this etiquette, like, and then you want me to still be
very good point.
A consummate professional. Am I saying that word right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like I'm with you, Reese. I understand that he is held to a higher standard, but at what point can black people be like, you know what? No, Because y'all, you just run around here eating up all this clock, knowing that basketball etiquette is the little mercy rule. So why am I held to these standards and then you want to shake my hand like it's all right? No, I'm finna tell you how I feel when we go into this line. Now, granted, I do think he got out of control. He did get out of control, but I would be curious to know like what was said, because I do think some things that people say to you, you should be able to slap them in the face. You got to take the consequences, but you might get a bear paw depending on what you say. You get the consequences too, though. But I guarantee you that clip is going to live on forever.
Ruthie, I think you hit therein is the point, I think. Right? It's like, so we do know that there is a coach's etiquette. We do know that there's a slaughter rule. We do know that there are certain things that you just don't do. Right? That's the type of stuff that gets you beamed in a baseball game. Mm-hmm. Right? Like, the rule is if you know you getting ready to blow out a team and you do some craziness, or you, like, there's certain consequences. Now, I'm going to say that he should not necessarily have done that for the same reasons that's happening right here. Because we saying, let's cook him. Let's make everything that he's done for all these times be boiled down to this moment where he loses his, right? And it's like, I'm sure that he is going to have regrets, and I'm sure that he is going to have to pay.
He's going to apologize. He's going to probably say he needs to be a better example for the young people and all of this. But secretly, Juwan, thank you. Thank you.
Come on, man. You know the Wisconsin Badgers, and they beat them. I'm not, man. It's the Mace Jackson show. You know they be, Frank Kaminsky. Right? It's like they be doing it for the...
and look, the assistant coach's name is Joe Krabenhoft.
I'm with Juwan on this one. It's the Mace Jackson show. But under what circumstances should adults get into physical altercations? Riis, next caller. Caller, you on the Mace Jackson show. Caller?
Maze.
James Say, what's up, dog?
How you doing this morning? Good morning, Queen Ruthie. How you doing?
Queen
Let's
Ruthie,
break
hello.
this down, bro.
Good morning.
Jesus. Be nice to the people.
You know there's layers to this. In the words of that great philosopher, Ice-T, there's freedom of speech, but watch what you say. So, Juwan Howard, according to Riis. The real deal is Juwan Howard's about to be magnified 10,000 times. I think he's going to get a 4-game suspension. Don't hold me to that. I don't think they're going to fire him, but the NCAA is going to give him a 4-game suspension. I think I heard that over the news. So, the man shouldn't have put his hands on him, but this is the thing. You know, black folks are held to a whole completely different standard when it comes to anything, especially in sports. Now, he did that on purpose by taking that 15-second timeout. You're right. There's a no mercy rule. Pretty much, it's a code of conduct within sports. If you getting slammed like that, let the clock run out. Take a knee, whatever you do, hold the ball or whatever. You ain't supposed to do that. But he did that to show a point. Nigga, let me tell you who run this. So, then when Juwan called him out on the, hey, man, that was foul what you did, man. We know we lost. Oh, hold on, LaJuwan. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like that, but it really was like that. So now, he's going to get amplified 10,000 times for getting swung on. He's going to get, and the thing is, like Riis said, that's a lawsuit coming. He's going to go after Juwan Howard for his pocket. And that was the overplay for the underlay. Because they know how black people get emotional. Oh, all we got to do is get in his head, and watch how I get in his head. And sure enough, that's what he did. It wasn't right, but I understand.
I'm going to tell you. Thank you, James Say. Here's what I say. You better suspend all this. So if we going to judge Juwan Howard by taking a swing, then we better judge the University of Michigan by the doctor that stuck his finger up every football player's butt for the last 30 years. Right? Like, come on, like real talk. Like, if y'all go, and here's the real reason, right? The white guy thought the invisible barrier of protection was there, and he found out that the force field had a hole in it. No, real talk. He found out the force field had a hole in it. White folks got a protective barrier of talk smackiveness to black people. Like, they really don't believe, just like when all of them Beckys be running up on people who have beat the brakes off of them, and they be like, what are you going to do? Because they know they got the protection of the police and everything else, and they feel like he broke a rule, didn't want to hide his hand, didn't want to be like, oh, you going to talk to me. Brother, I am not obligated to talk to anyone. The example is, don't put your hands on me. I do not think that Jawan's reaction was good. But I tell you like this, you ain't finna never catch me I will not bring rope to a lynching. And if you ask me what I saw was that white man putting his hands on, not recognizing that the reverberations of the hands that would be put on him would be much heavier. He put his hands on, so might as well took a swing. As far as I'm concerned, he should have just took the swing right there. Because it's like, you put your hands on me, and we ain't in a good space, you're testing me. Mm-hmm. You're testing me. Now, you don't think that something will happen, but I'm just telling you now, if I want to talk to Juwan Howard and he's pushing past me, and I feel like I grab his arm, I am prepared for whatever happens after that. Sorry. And you should be too. Like, imagine somebody, you trying to walk past somebody and they try to restrain you. They try to tell you, you're walking past them and they grab your arm and be like, no, you going to talk to me. No, I'm not. Just think about somebody grabbing your arm. I don't care what the circumstances are. Now, I think we can shrug it off. I think you can be the bigger man. But I think 100% justified, like, just because you chose to use minimal force, because he was using force, I'm responding with maximum. And it really wasn't maximum, because if it was maximum, dude would have been laid out. Riis mad, y'all, because I'm telling you, look, man, ain't nobody dancing in these slave commercials. It's the Mace Jackson show. Know where you at. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. Let's take a quick break. Let Riis cool off, man, because Riis finna come in here and fight us now. He gonna be fighting y'all in the comments.
I don't fight at work, man. Told you. At CTA, I used to work there. You can whoop. I don't care where you at. As soon as you touch me, I'm rolling around all on the ground, man. Because I already know the game, man. But we just can't condone this. I get what everybody's seeing and all that. But you're right. He shouldn't have grabbed him, but it's a certain level of restraint. It shouldn't have resulted into a brawl. Like, you got to really look at the bigger picture. But it's okay, though. I know we just want to see a black man hit a white man. Like, yes, we done it. Somebody done it. And that's
so
what
y'all got physical. I told you that's all you got.
I get it.
You only got physical.
I get it, man. Yeah, but your mind is way more powerful. You know, like you're trying to say.
Show me that.
Hey, that man called a timeout, and they was up 15, and they was If he was upset and he thought the game was over, why is he pressing? If you want the game to be over, you go back, you let the man dribble the ball up the court and run the clock out. You pressing the ball is saying that you are still playing the game. So if you are still playing the game at a certain high level, I'm calling a timeout to avoid the press to advance the ball down half court. That's basketball. So now are we playing basketballs or feelings? So if the game is over and you're done playing and you want to say, all right, bro, we've conceded, you guys won, you do not press. To press is saying I want to put pressure on the ball to steal the ball, get an inbound, and get a score to make a comeback. He was not doing that. He had multiple starters on the floor pressing the ball. So the man on the other team called a timeout and they upset him, a 30-second timeout. It was 30 seconds. That made you mad enough to say, "Oh my God, how could you call a timeout?"
Made him say, "Man, you violated the rules, so I'm not going."
He's still playing the game at a high level.
Fine. That's fine.
So now I'm supposed to tell my players,
you do what you want to do.
Calm
Riis,
down, players.
Riis, no, you supposed to do. This is what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to get in the lineup, the post game lineup. You're supposed to shake their hands. If somebody chooses not to shake your hand, you keep it moving. You keep walking. Right? It's when you walking through the lineup, it's people that give you a real pound, it's people that give you a fake pound, it's people that barely touch you because y'all was salty in the game. But what you don't do is grab anybody who's in the other line and say, oh, you gonna talk to me. It's the Mace Jackson Show. We're gonna take a quick break and then we're gonna hear what the rest of the callers got to say. Yep.
The Mace Jackson Show will be back after this break.
I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing. Y'all, I must say, every day He's making a way. Ooh, keep on blessing me. Blessed in the city, blessed in the field, even when you come and go. I'm so glad that the Lord keeps on blessing me. Y'all, I must say, in spite of, He just keep on. Yeah, keep on blessing me. Oh, keep on blessing me. Blessing me. Blessing me. In spite of me, He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. I don't deserve it. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. All the time. He keeps on blessing me. Blessing me. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Lord, we need you. Can't make it unless you. We need you to stop it. Come on and stop it. Do it every day, every hour. Come on and do it. Do it for us now. Somebody in a hospital, somebody down, don't feel too well, but bless us now. In the name of Jesus. Oh.
Back to the Maze Jackson Show. You are listening to the most dangerous show in the morning. This is What's in It for the Black People Radio. Maze Jackson. Maze Jackson, the most vociferous advocate for black people in the world.
We need money and no symbolism. It's Mace and Riis and Ruthie and Ty, explaining how we all come from God, giving us tools to beat the odds. If we united, our movement gon' stop. If they ain't trying to help us, they ain't trying to do nothing. We gotta do something, we gotta stop running. It's time to confront the problem. Really, you expect, you oppressed, it's all wrong. In the mirror, realize you great. Yeah, we always argue with our brothers, but ain't nobody gonna take our place. Just stay in tune and stay on top about who forward, about who not. Just green light all the black economy. Then watch all the shooting don't stop. To my black people in power, just remember we put you in power.
Wake up, Chicago. Wake up. This is the Riis Jackson Show. Y'all got Riis back here hot.
He gonna turn off your broadcast.
He gonna turn it.
Y'all better leave him alone.
Y'all better stop trolling Riis.
Riis, you right. Riis, you right.
No, you're not.
Nah, it's cool. I know. I see how black people headed it. You know what I'm saying? We always fight for the wrong things, but I see, it's cool though. Let's
have some
applaud,
solidarity,
man.
No, I'm just saying. So here go my thing. Then how about this? I don't think that the black dude is gonna need any aid and assist with how the white folks gonna deal with him. I don't. I think if it was me, I would be like, did y'all see something? Let me. Ruthie gave us. I want to play a different view of this. Right? I do, because we have a slow motion, up close, and personal version of it. So I'm gonna put it on, and we're gonna take another look at this. And let's just take a look at it. It's a 10-second clip. I'm gonna play about 3 times so y'all can see it. But this is the Juwan Howard, as Ruthie called it, bear paw, not closed fist. Now let me ask you a question: does it make a difference if you got punched or slapped, or bear pawed?
Makes a difference.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, what's the difference? Would you rather be punched or slapped?
Punch me. Punch me.
Because a slap is really like, what your snitch self. let me play it for you real quick. Riis, now look up close and personal. I want you to see this. I'm going to play it 3 times so you can get it. All right. Stop talking to me, boy. That is I have no respect for you. Again, one more time. Like, he didn't punch him. See, he withdrew it and it turned into a fist. One more time. With your bullshit. One more time. One more again. One more again. He did not punch him, first of all. Let's go. There you go. Come on, give us some love. With your thought I'm east side up in this. You thought this is CVS? Under what circumstance? Riis, is it different now?
Put those kids' lives and futures in danger. That's all I'm gonna say. So anybody that condone that, okay, he put those kids' lives and future in jeopardy. But okay. I would never condone this.
Did that happen? Is that what happened?
They was in the parking lot and this was happening, it'd have been okay.
That wasn't in the parking lot though.
Exactly. So you need to show a different type of restraint, because now you're the coach and your team is gonna immediately come off. You put those kids' lives.
Should he be fired?
I mean, he could be.
What would you vote
as a result? I mean, I wouldn't get the man fired, but maybe he should be suspended for the remainder of the season.
Damn! Look at that.
You have to set an example. I don't care. You are the head coach, man. I don't care. You white, blue, but you are the head coach. He literally, these kids come to play basketball. Like I'm telling you, he literally could have ruined futures. Imagine if NBA players, coaches and executives look at that. Hey man, that could have been a pick. Hey man, I saw you in this brawl, and now that kid's future is gone. Like, you gotta sometimes think of the bigger picture. That's cool, man. He slapped the white man. Oh yeah, it's pretty cool. But let's look at the whole bigger picture. What could have really happened there? But
I guess my thing is, if it didn't, like, that's almost like I could have been in a car accident every time I get in the car. But we'll talk about it. It's the Riis Jackson Show. Give us a call, 872-259-7474. And let me just tell you what I ain't doing. I will not be bringing any rope to the lynching. Caller, what you got to say? Caller, are you there?
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes. Since I'm not a sports fan, from what I could see, I don't even know who Juwan was.
What?
Until you show that.
You ain't from Chicago?
No, I don't know him.
Okay.
I am, and I also a CVS alum. But
what?
Besides that fact.
That's the biggest
biggest
Yeah, I don't know who
the
Juwan is.
last 20 years, the last 50 years.
And I don't know who he is. I'm of another generation.
I got it.
But from what I know, but from what I can see, the shorter individual, he initiated that confrontation because I thought that taller individual, like I said, I didn't know who he is. He was trying to go past him, and he stopped it, so he initiated. So maybe there was some type of verbal altercation or verbal assault. That's what I assumed what had happened, and then everything else took place. So that's my opinion on that.
Thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank you.
And she is a CVS, and she didn't even know who the taller guy was. Thank you very much. Let me just, okay, so again, Riis, you at the grocery store, right? You at the grocery store, you pay for something, and the cashier says, you know what? You didn't pay for it. So you trying to walk out the store, and you like, look, I paid for it. I ain't nothing for me to talk about. And the cashier grabs you. And say, no, you gonna stop. You gonna talk to me because I think you stole something. I ain't steal nothing. No, I don't want to talk about it. And the cashier, white guy, 27, 30 years old. You're gonna talk, buddy. You stop. We're gonna talk to you. What you gonna do? Be like, you at the store. You at the store with your daughter. You at the store with your daughter. They accuse you of something that you didn't do. You say, I don't want to talk. Am I under arrest? No, I'm going to keep walking. And then the clerk grabs you and says, you going to talk. And you with your daughter. And he done put his hands on you. He done snatched you by your arm. And your daughter with you. What kind of example what you going to do?
I'm going to kindly remove his arm. I'm going to tell him that I paid. Hold on, this is true stuff. And if he says that I stole it, I'm going to say we can go to your office and you can watch me pay it. Other than that, I'm leaving.
And what if? He don't give you that option. He grab your arm and snatch you back.
I mean, but it's still two different. If I knew, so I can answer your question. If I knew that me fighting him is going to initiate a brawl and my little daughter is there, then I would not, because I don't know what happened. I could be fighting him and anything can happen to my daughter. So my thing is to make sure that my daughter is safe. So now I'm going to try to get don't touch me. It's okay. I'm sure that we can resolve this. You have my attention. Okay, I paid.
I'm in line. I'm walking. You have my attention. I don't want to talk to you.
I ain't got no receipt.
I ain't got no receipt.
Well, let's go back. Obviously, I paid for it. I got
you
a bag.
Come with me. That's right. That's right. You come with me.
So I got a bag. Do I have a bag that's from the store?
Yep.
No,
you talking about all this is all in the 10-second frame. Come with me, and he grab your arm. He grab your arm and say, "You could." Bro, we ain't even got no time to do all that. We ain't got time for all that.
Well, how am I carrying it out?
Riis, I'm walking in the line. I just shook hands with everybody else in the line. So again,
I'm confused. So if I'm walking in the line and I pay for it, I should be having my stuff. And
if I got my hand up and I decide to pull it away, you confused that I don't want to shake your hand? Is that confusing to you? I don't want to shake your hand.
Free Pookie, man. I hear y'all.
There it go. It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll be back. We will be back. I want to hear from the callers. What you got? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show. You can't grab me. I'm sorry. I don't care what game it was. Don't grab me. It's the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning, Anthony. Oh, Anthony, don't tell me you on Riis' side.
No, man, please. Riis satisfied with a participation trophy. Anyway, just like they say there's a sore loser, there's also what's known as a graceful winner. Okay? One of the problems with sports, they got all these unwritten rules. I don't know if you ever had to be bothered with them unwritten rules, but they exist, okay? Just like like you were saying earlier, if you trot around the bases, flip the bat, next time they're going to try to beam you in the head. There's unwritten rules. We ain't going to have that here. Anyway, they said in the beginning, they said, Juwan Howard acts like he doesn't even want to get in the line because he didn't want to get in the line, But soon as and see, white folks have a propensity, man, to count on the fact that we're such well-behaved folks. When you see white folks, you're supposed to get in line and do what you're supposed to do. And a lot of times you ain't feeling that, man. So when dude runs up on him and start grabbing on, "Oh, you gonna talk to me?" Man, that wasn't the time to do that. That was not the time.
If he was a black man, would he
You
been
know,
wrong? If Juwan Howard hit another
Yes.
black man,
No, he would not have been wrong.
He would not have been wrong.
No, he would not have been wrong.
A
Don't
black
put
man-
your
black
hands
man-
on me,
black man would've-
and you'll fight a black person quicker.
If the black man would have grabbed his arm, then y'all would have been like, all right, Juwan, then that's cool. Too.
No, I think he would have. You shouldn't. The most of the time I'm talking about when you don't get in an altercation, it ain't with a white person. I'm talking about with a black person. If a black person put his hands on you in any situation, you're going to escalate that way quicker than you will a white person. Go ahead, Anthony, please. Ain't nobody grabbing you, telling you can't go out the door.
That's what I'm saying. When dude ran up on him and went to grab him and whatnot, and then the assistant coach ran up to him, next thing you know, he reaching through there and he put his paw up, like Ruthie said, the bear paw on it, right? Now, dude turned around and looked like he put his hands on me, like he's amazed that because I ran up on this 7-foot brother who pissed off because we've been dragging his team in his face and all that through the mud all afternoon, and we're making a picnic of this lynching, because we got this high-profile coach, and we're trying to make him look bad. His team as well as him. And you expect him to be well behaved at this point? You wasn't behaving when y'all was doing all that monkey shine shenanigans or whatever you want to call it. So yeah, they got what they had called for. I don't, people gonna sit there talking about how he's the leader of the team. Man, the funny thing about the Big Ten is hard to win on the road in the Big Ten in the first place. Okay, because all the gyms is like lynch centers and whatnot, and they usually play each team a home and home series, right? So obviously, Wisconsin figured they don't have to worry about Michigan because they ain't even ranked this year. So what's the deal where you gonna just drag them through the mud?
Because
they ain't even ranked.
Well, I think the whole premise. Let me say this. Can I say this? This is where I am with the. I have been on both the winning side and the losing side with my son, and I'm
as have I.
And I don't think there's ever. I have seen some crappy post game lines where the coach is mad, everybody mad, the whole thing, and sometimes it's a fake touch, it's a fake whatever. There has never been a time in my life where I have ever seen someone in that space grab someone and say, "You gon' talk to me," regardless of whether I touch your hand or not. And I am not condoning his actions, right? I do think that cooler heads should have prevailed. But I'm going to also say that we recognize that sports is that same warrior mentality we appreciate in sports, right? That's what we want. When he's on the floor and somebody hits him with an elbow and he goes up and he's got a bloody mouth and he goes to the free throw line, we love that. We love that rage. We love all of that when it's on the court. Well, that passion and emotion, as I have told you before, takes some time to come down off of. And if you still squawking after I got whooped, and the main person and then you stuck your finger in my eye and then be like, "Oh, and you're going to shake my hand." Today, I'm just not going to be the civil Negro and I'll take the fine. And I just feel like, you know what I appreciate? I appreciate that there is somebody white somewhere right now who Juwan Howard just made a sacrifice for. He made a sacrifice for. Right? Because it's going to be another white coach that is going to think that because he has the invisible force field of whiteness, that the force field can be penetrated. And when it does, you do not want a 7-foot bear claw coming out to slap you. Now, it's going to be some young man, some young black basketball coach somewhere in the universe that is going to reap the benefit of that. Remember when Riis slapped PJ Carlissimo? Remember when Rod Strickland slapped the coach at Portland? Because the coach didn't know how to talk to black people like a man. And he slapped the dog stuff out of him and he got blacklisted. But PJ got his act together for the rest of the life that he coached. And he ain't talked to black people that same way no more. I'm telling you like this, Riis. I'm not grabbing no Ruthie. In what world are you if you don't like something Mark Aguirre got to say and he walking out the door, you grabbing him? You grabbing him, Riis? You grabbing him and telling him you gonna talk to me? No, you're not. Because you're going to think about the consequences. But unless you think you got that invisible white force field, which dude found out there was a hole in the Death Star.
Some people's touches are disarming. But
That's if they...
But some people's touches are disarming. Sometimes you can't put your hand on somebody's shoulder to try and calm them down. But those are situations where you probably got to have some type of rapport with them. And clearly, they ain't had no rapport with Juwan.
But Ruthie, he, like, in a fight, in an angered situation, you liable to get stolen on me if you on my side and you grab me.
All Juwan got to do is say that he got some post-traumatic stress.
Yeah.
Blame it on that. Talk about sportsmanship. Apologize. Something about the heat of the moment. Being a better example. He should use the word trauma, and he'll be good.
Okay, and let me ask a question. Oh, it's Latrell Sprewell. Okay, so let me ask you a question. When can somebody put their hands on you? When's it okay, Riis? In the free throw line? Y'all done heard Riis fellas. He mad now. It's the Maze Jackson Show. Free Pookie. We'll be back after these messages.
The Maze Jackson Show will be back after this break.
Broken screen? Crashed system? Are you in need of spyware or virus removal from your computer? Well, contact RPC Computer Repair in South Shore and let us help you with all your computer repair services and print needs. Need office or print production services, copies, scans, fax, or even notary service? Then stop by and support RPC Computer Repair and Print Shop located 1741 East 71st Street in the 71st Street corridor, newly revitalized South Shore areas, and let RPC be your one-stop shop, where we believe RPC is your PC. RPC Computer Repair is also a UPS access point where you can drop off and pick up your important packages. So let RPC be of service to you. Call RPC Computer Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. through 6 p.m. at 773-966-4457. That's 773-966-4457. Visit RPC at rpccomputeringinc.com for more information.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I paint a picture. Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? I hope you didn't catch a tan. I hope you find the right man who'll fix it for you. And are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair. Are you busy? And did you have to pay this fine that you've been dodging all the time? Are you still dizzy? Since I've come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Oh, stop making a fool out of me.
You are tuned into the Maze Jackson Show. I'm your host, Maze Jackson. Got my man, DJ Riis the Ruler. Y'all be nice to Riis. He upset, man. He don't want y'all to free Nuke. He probably mad. Nuke probably dunked on Prosser. Probably scored like 3,000 points on Prosser.
What's the Prosser mascot?
They don't even got a
the
mascot.
Prosser Penguins.
The Prosser Peanuts.
What is it?
Falcons. They got one of them birds.
The Prosser non-violencers.
The Falcon, the pigeons. They Prosser soft, man. Look, Riis mad, y'all must stop.
Think of my head, man. I done been in a position to where I thought that was my first initiation. Then after, the backlash of it happened, I really thought about it as I could have addressed the situation another way. So just looking at that situation and me putting myself in situations where I know I could have done better. I just think that a man of his caliber should have, done better. White, black, blue, purple, I don't know. If it could have been any fight. I'm just saying you are the leader. You are who them, that them parents ask their kids to like go to, they got you under their supervision. I mean, they're under your supervision, but I guess, man, we got another caller calling in and say, yeah, Juwan, slap him again.
But you know what, though, Riis? I actually think the opposite. I think because of his caliber and status, that he did exactly what he should have did. And I know it's probably I'm on the other side of it. And granted, there are better ways to react. So I'm with you, Riis. Riis, you right. You are right. But it feel better when we say you wrong. But we know what it is.
Riis, I think you're right. But I don't think Juwan was wrong. Let me put it that way. Conventional wisdom, conventional everything says that that's just not the way you handle those things. And I agree 100% with the parents, the trustworthiness, and all of that good stuff. I feel like I'm gonna be relating everything to last Friday. I feel like Juwan was having my last Friday moment, right? Where it's like he pissed. He got all type of stuff going on, and it's a camera, and everything is confronting him all at once. And before he's had a time to process it or anything like that, it's like a camera is on him. He getting his arm grabbed. And will he look back and say, should I have handled that better? I do think so. And I think we can all agree that he probably could have handled that better. What I would also say is that I can understand why he took the action and the route that he did. And I would not be there to vilify him for that. I would be there to say, brother, you know what time it is. You know how this is going to work. Mm-hmm. Hold your head, take your penalty like a man, and then come back and use this as gasoline. Now, not that I ever want Michigan to do well. ILL. So, I mean, there's a part of me that hopes he gets a 10-game suspension. But the black man in me understands the frustration of being black and always having to be the bigger person. And it's like we always got to take the, be strategic, be smart, be business, be when we have the physical advantage. The fact that it's almost like you got the physical advantage and the slave master has talked you into not using it because you got the physical advantage, and he think the Jedi mind trick is gonna work this time, and the Jedi mind trick just didn't work, and I'm glad it did. Now, I'm sorry for the penalty and how it looked, but somebody in the world is going to be thinking, what happens if that force field has a hole in it? And before I go talk cash smack to somebody who is twice my size, because I've been used to the force field and the magic Negro Conjurer playbook, it didn't work this time.
Also, there are rules and etiquette, and they violated the rules and the etiquette, and Juwan was trying to, letting them know, like, y'all violating rules and etiquette. And I think there are consequences. It got out of control, But I do agree that, listen, if y'all ain't gonna follow these rules and etiquette that y'all put in place, I'm gonna say something. Now it escalated to a bear paw, but you know,
you gonna talk to me. Go to the callers. Boy, where you think you going? Wisconsin.
Yes. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I want to say that Riis is absolutely right, and I echo a lot of his sentiments. And the point I want to make is not only I felt like Juwan Howard should have been left taken away from the court in handcuffs for his actions on the court for attacking that man the way he did. He's an embarrassment for all coaches out there. We don't get the opportunities that we should get. And when we do get them, the point I'm trying to make is this. He went emotional. And I understand in the heat of the argument and the incident, if someone's putting their hands on you, the best thing to do is either walk away, but not to the extreme that he did. And he's the leader of the team. He's supposed to be the man that sets an example for the younger youth. Now, his career, he had anger issues, and maybe that's overlapping with issues in his personal life. But if he had been taken away in handcuffs and arrested, that would have been the right, because you don't smash your head. He could have put that man's eye out. And I'm not caping for the other team. I'm just saying that, listen, when we get positions of authority, we're held to a higher standard because of the fact we don't get those opportunities the way we should, and rightfully so. And to have I think his whole career is going to be, I think he's going to lose his job. I think there's going to be a lawsuit. And all of that could have been avoided if he had not acted emotional and like, I can't say it any other way, but like a female. That's not the way you conduct yourself. I know we don't live in a perfect world, and I thank you for allowing me the opportunity to. I know you don't agree, but we got to set a better example when we get in those positions. And I don't care how angry you get, you don't jab some. I know he felt like he was being attacked, but there's always the option of walking away. Because what happens is it escalates to, what if somebody had a weapon or something? You know, how many people are dying on the streets of Chicago right now because they don't understand de-escalating a situation properly instead of acting emotional? Because once you act emotional, you're taking all reason and logic out of it. But that's all I have to say. Thank you for taking my call.
You are more than welcome. Thank you for your call.
Who that nigga on that nag?
It's the Maze Jackson Show. We'll take your call. Is there any other circumstance with your black person should get physical? Caller, you on the Maze Jackson Show.
Good morning, Maze.
Good morning.
Did that brother just say they should have took him off in handcuffs? Is that what he said?
Something like that.
Wow. And we got a lot of brothers in our community like that. You know, first of all, Riis, why the hell were you raised, man? Sometimes I wonder about that brother, man. But brother, I'm gonna hold you down to the end, though. But I don't know what side of the street you was raised on. But first of all, you don't try to force me to submit to you. That was so disrespectful. Okay, I don't want to shake your hand. Don't touch me. And to say this brother should lose, I think Riis said he should be suspended the rest of the year. Like, for real, bro?
Yeah.
I mean, have you ever seen a baseball brawl in Major League Baseball? You ever see the coaches go at each other and, you know, in the heat of the moment? It's a teachable moment, but you want the brother suspended for the rest of the year, then your homie that just called want him locked up. For real?
I ain't with the locked up, but he should definitely be suspended.
But you don't, the thing is, you don't disrespect, you don't try to force me to submit to your will. You are not God. Don't put your hands on me. You see, it was an emotional situation. You knew that, but that's what white people do. They want you to submit to them, regardless of the situation. But you can't determine the outcome of your actions towards me. I'm sorry. I mean, handcuffs and suspended for the rest of the year. Man, y'all, bro, come on, man.
I was like, these are the punishments. These are the black people punishments. What the white people gonna say?
Hey, Nate. Hey, Nate.
Yes.
Hey, Nate. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
There's a video out there that I'm going to try to get you. Did you see the video? I don't mean to get off topic, but did you see the video of the little 14 out in Harvey that was attempting to rob a liquor store? And there was an off-duty police officer in there. There was a black off-duty police officer in there. The police officer went outside, checked the scene, make sure the guy who he was with. He came back in, and he apprehended the 14-year-old, pulled his gun out, made him drop the gun. But the 14-year-old looked like he went to go reach for it again when he dropped. You need to search for this video. But the police officers jumped on him, hit him with his pistol, and subdued the kid. But what I'm saying is that video is such a perfect example why we need more black policemen in our community. The way he handled that situation, if that was a white police officer and it was a different, they'd have unloaded on this young brother. And, the thing about it is this young brother has a chance. He might be one of them ones you can rehabilitate. He's 14 years old. He has a chance to change his life. In other circumstances, all of these young brothers don't have that yet.
Okay, come on back to it, bro. You done took me way somewhere else. I appreciate that. Send me the link. Send me the link. Send me the link. Just send me the link.
I'm gonna try to get that. I'm gonna try to get that video to you. Hey, Riis, bro, I love you, man. Y'all have a good day.
All right, that's James Big Slim Davis, y'all. Let's go to the live line. Call you on the Maze Jackson show. When should the white people be able to tell you can't go? Here go Byron. Oh Lord,
that's
Byron.
True. Good morning, Maze.
Byron.
Maze.
Talk to me, Byron. Talk to me, Byron.
I was so happy to hear your voice. That I cannot say I agree with Riis. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say I agree with Riis and the caller before the last caller. I'm not going to say it.
Don't.
So I'm going to bow down, be a good Democrat, and go along with you because you're back. I'm going to be a good slave mentality Democrat and agree with you, Maze. I'm not going to say I agree with Riis, my buddy, because he's run out of time with that. But the question is, when you do something, what do you have to lose in your reaction, right? Does that person have more to lose, or do you have more to lose? I always ask my question when I respond to little thugs in the streets and stuff. What do I got to lose here? It's like when the guy's in the middle of the street talking, blocking the road, and I'm driving through that road, I got to ask myself, do I want to blow my horn? What do I got to lose? And most of the time, I just back my ass up because I back all the way up to the other street and go around these dudes, these cats. They have nothing to lose, right? I got more to lose. Court fees. I actually want to shoot somebody. I'm going to shoot somebody if I use my Negro logic, right? Because you don't want to be disrespected. This is a street for everybody, right? But those guys have nothing to lose. They're just waiting for you to react so you can unload and make some money off of your ass. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
So all I'm saying is you got to ask yourself, what are you going to lose? And that's the criteria, because white folks control that scenario, the NCAA. White folks control it. And you're in a bad spot because they control it. If the brothers control it, it'd be a different story. But white folks control it. And we always got to ask ourselves, the basic questions, what's the game here? After a fight, I used to go to watch Durant fight and all those guys fight, and always after the fight, they put the microphone in those guys' faces after they got their ass whipped, okay? That's a tough scenario. Even with sports, it's after you lose a tough, tight match, they have the cameras and the microphone in your face, and you're going to answer to this stupid-ass questions.
Thank you.
Yeah, but you got to understand, what do you have to lose? Do I play along with their game? Yes or no? And if you take their money, you better play with their games, right?
No.
If you take their money, huh?
Oh, so if we take, so that's what it is. We got to take. See, Byron.
Right, because they control the money. Hey, I can link this to Canada. You see what Canada did to those truckers? Froze their account, took their money, and took their trucks, about to sell their damn trucks. That's what's coming here next. That's what's coming here next. I don't know if you can talk about that or not, but that's some serious stuff what they did in Canada. That's some serious, and we can laugh and stuff. See, it all started when they stopped Trump from being on Twitter and Facebook, right? It's called censorship and control. They're controlling him now, right? Even he got billions or millions or whatever he got. And now it's coming around to us. Eventually they can censor us. They can censor you, Maze. They already started already. They have a plan for your ass. We know it. That's why we have to support you. Right? So don't do the black player always reacting to somebody hitting him on the wrong side. And he reacted and shoved the guy. He gets a 15-yard penalty. Because of his reaction, they always catch the guy who hit him second. He gets a 15-yard penalty for his team. The team, how can those players feel about him reacting to that guy hitting him in the back? It wasn't caught by the police, by the referees, but his got caught and he gets a 15-yard penalty. It's always happening with black players. They're reacting.